The tin can was invented by a Frenchman and celebrates its bicentenary this year. It's still used today, and one restaurant has even made it their specialty. In the kitchen of this restaurant, there's a fridge, a table, some shelves, but no gas cooker or any other type of stove. Here, only an oven is needed to heat up preserved foods.
When we prepare this dish, we shake the container, place half the contents in a saucepan, and then put it in the oven.
Tuna fillets, ratatouille, coq au vin. These are tinned or potted dishes, but they're high quality and made by culinary craftsmen. It's another way for them to get their products noticed.
Preserved foods have a bad reputation in France. People think they belong in supermarkets. We wanted to use local products. You can find high-quality products in tins or jars, made using recipes that have been left unchanged for centuries. This is a white tuna stew, cooked with Gamay red wine. It's from a fantastic supplier in Brittany called La Pointe de Permar.
The restaurant has 30 or so dishes on the menu, giving you all the reason you need to leave your preconceived ideas at home.
The wine is made by someone else. All the restaurant does is open the bottle and serve the wine. It's a similar concept with preserved food.
Because at the end of the day, the tin is like the bottle. It's just a container. It's the quality of what's inside that matters. The tin can was invented in 1795 by Frenchman Nicolas Appert. The principles of food preservation remain the same to this day.
The can is heated. It boils for a while until the contents have been sterilized and protected. It preserves the flavors, the nutritional values, and the quality of the food.
Fabrice Pelletier is a packaging expert. He thinks the tin can is more relevant than ever.
Food banks, for example, are mainly filled with cans because it is the only way of transporting quality products to underprivileged people.
Plus, the can is reusable and 100% recyclable.
It's great, financially speaking. We are in an era where we ask ourselves a lot of questions, setting things straight. The tin can is making a comeback, and consumers are rediscovering it.
And La Conserverie restaurant's star product is the good old tin of sardines.
It is served very simply. We open the can and we put it on the plate.
The tin can will never go out of fashion. It's even inspired designers who have used it as a lampshade or reproduced it in porcelain. Fashion designer Jean-Paul Gaultier even used it as packaging for his famous perfume. Shipping containers are moving onto solid ground and being transformed into designer ecological housing. See how they're used in urban planning. In Le Havre, one of France's largest ports, one element dominates the landscape: shipping containers. Thousands pass through here every day in cargo ships and lorries, but for some, the journey ends here.
We are in front of the cruise complex. This is a university complex with 100 student houses.
It's the first housing of its kind in France. The apartments are set up in recycled shipping containers.
They came from Asia. They transported merchandise to Le Havre, and we salvaged them here in Le Havre. Then they were converted in an industrial workshop.
A lot of work was done on the insulation during the conversion, but when completed, the interior is just as comfortable as a traditional student apartment. This is the kitchen area, with the kitchenette, the table, my guests, the sleeping area. It came with a bed and desk. It's nice because it's a new building. It may appear small. Initially you think 2.5 by 10 meters is really small, but I think it's well laid out.
The advantage of this system is that instead of 18 square meters, which is a normal surface area of student apartments, we have 25 square meters.
The other great advantage of this type of housing is the time it takes to build. The construction site only lasts 5 months. It would take an extra year to build traditional housing of the same capacity. These benefits have encouraged other countries to use shipping containers for offices, houses, or temporary artistic projects. French architects like Frédéric Gonnet are starting to take a close interest in these living units.
Here we have around 20 to 30 containers that will make up living quarters on a site in Gabon. 1 or 2 people will be living in each container.
These containers will be delivered next year and are for employees in the logging industry working on an environmental project.
The main advantages with this container is that it is recycled and we can transport it all over the world.
Frédéric Gournet has several projects like this in the pipeline, notably a hotel in the Morvan region in France. But there are other more practical uses for the container.
These containers could be used for social housing and also for urgent housing solutions.
They can be taken apart, are transportable, recyclable, the conversion costs are low, and above all, they can be set up in record time. The shipping container could well become the solution to France's housing problems, even if it means living in a box.